Good morning, noon, or night. My name is Jet, and welcome to my channel, JITV, Jet in the Valley. This video is going to be about voluntary ignorance. I guess what I would say, okay? As a souled individual, it's your right and your responsibility to go and to help other people come to the saving knowledge of love, okay? By whatever means that's necessary, by whatever facts, whatever way of mentally reasoning, because everybody doesn't think the same way. They don't have the same logic. They don't have the same experiences. They don't have, and that is why they say there's a billion ways to learn to get to the saving knowledge of love. But that is the saving knowledge of love is the truth, okay? There's not more than one truth. There is the truth, okay? There's a million ways to come to the truth, okay? So if you are out there and you are trying to share knowledge, wisdom, and discernment with people, some people are going to be receptive, some people are not going to be receptive. Some people are going to take whatever you've said and tuck it away and store it in their memory. People joke about mind bleach. I wish there was mind bleach, so I could just erase what was in my mind. Okay, once you see something and once you hear something, you can't unsee it and you can't unhear it. Okay, it goes in there. That's why we're supposed to protect our eyes from what we see, protect our ears from what we hear, and what comes out of our mouths. We're supposed to work on that. I grew up in a the mouth is kind of a hard one. So we're supposed to do all these things because everybody has known, it's been knowledge until recently, that you can't unsee, you can't unhear, you can't unspeak something. All of those things are undoable, I guess you would say. So that's why we have to learn to not put our foot in our mouths, and we have to learn not to, if you're watching something and it's making you have a behavior that you don't like, that is anti-love, if you're watching something consistently and it's causing you to have anti-love, then you need to stop watching it. We have free will. So you have free will to acknowledge these things and to understand what your free will is for. Okay, your free will is to choose love or to choose anti-love. Okay, that is the entirety of your free will. That's your whole job. That's your whole your free will, your rights, your responsibilities, your freedom. It's your freedom, okay, to choose love. Okay, love is freedom. Anti-love stuff puts you in bondage and puts you in a trap, in a form of enslavement to your mind and your body, which are in an animalistic format in the current state of humanity. Okay, this is not a special, like, you have this disease and you have this disease and you have this. It's literally the nature of humanity right now is for your mind and your body to be animalistic in nature and to go against love. So it's your free will and your right to come to the saving knowledge of love, because if you choose love, it's going to start to get you out of the traps of your mind and your body. Your mind and your body are going to run you, and they're going to own you, and they are susceptible to the parasitical infestation that I have discussed in my last few videos. Okay, your mind and your body is just like a computer. Okay, you can equate your mind and your body to a type of computer, right? Between the ages of 0 and 7, it was programmed with all the major programming systems. If no one taught you how to pick up your stuff, this is just very basic. If no one explained to you how and why to organize and to pick up your stuff and all of that stuff between the ages of 0 and 7, it is going to be very difficult for you to learn how to do that later, okay? Because the main set of your programming happens between the ages of 0 and 7. Not saying that things cannot be changed, but if you have 0 to 7 to set your child up for success, if you are a parent, any life skills, anything you find valuable and very important that you've learned as an adult that you don't have, you teach it to your child between the ages of 0 and 7. Okay, That way it goes in and it's so much easier. And then it's like a core operating system that is built, that is already built, and your child doesn't have to try to attempt to figure out how to do it when they're older. Okay, I say that one because I am not good at organizing. I'm not good at being tidy and all of those things. Also, I never have been. I got better at it, but now that I have chronic pain, I have spinal cord damage at the top and in the middle of my back. Okay, I experience pain all day, every day. So it's very distracting. It's very hard to focus. So some things get neglected, but I'm trying very hard to work on that one with my daughter and have her learn these things so it's not so much harder for her when she gets older. Another thing in my family, we are not good with foreign languages. Well, I'm not good with foreign language. And therefore, I was trying to teach her ASL, some signing, and I attempted to teach her Mandarin because I understand where the nature of reality is. And it's so hard, and I can't even help her at all with it. So it is what it is, and you can only do what you can do as a parent, and you try your hardest and you do your best, and you teach love. And if you're teaching love and trying to sync yourself up with love and the actions and the things that you do with love, then how could you go wrong? Okay, because the loving response and the loving answer is always the correct thing, because even if it's hard, it's a lot of the time it's way hard, because loving and right and correct are interchangeable. When someone says, she's such a good person, okay? Good and right are really referencing loving, okay? Because only the gifts of love come from love, okay? So if you have joy, peace, happiness, kindness, contentment, self-control, peace, and patience, and joy and understanding and all these different things, okay, that all comes from love. Okay, you have to have the love in you to have the gifts of love. You can't be a judgmental prick, okay, and have the gifts of love, the joy, the peace, contentment, because the thing is, however you judge other people is how you're going to be judged, okay? And many times when other people are judging other people, you know that is how they are judging themselves, okay? And that is an issue. So most of the time it has nothing to do with you, what they're doing. It has solely and totally to do with them. But it's a trick. It's called projecting, So but what I'm trying to teach about the love-based living, choosing love over everything else, is a solution to all of those problems. People will do that. You have to be aware. If you become aware that there is love and then there's anti-love, anything that goes against love, those two options and two choices alone, only, okay? Then you can start to identify people for if they are love, if they have love, if they are love-based, okay? Or they are not, okay? If they are anti-love and they're going against love and they're not functioning from a state of love, you can identify that and recognize it and know that it has nothing to do with you. Literally, it has nothing to do with you. And you can choose to stay away from those people. So here's the thing about the people. This is where I started the video with voluntary ignorance, okay? If you are trying to share this information with people, many people, they will receive it, okay? Because they're looking for this knowledge, wisdom, and discernment, because they want out of the traps that they're in. People usually don't enjoy being in a trap and a snare, okay? People usually don't enjoy anxiety, depression, guilt, all these shame, anger management. Plenty of people, they don't enjoy these things, yet it's what they're getting in their life. They're having these things in their life, and they're not understanding because people are not teaching the love, anti-love thing anymore, okay? So many people will be like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, yay, and they'll be like happy that they got the information. It's like, it's that simple, as you choose love or you choose anti-love. You identify what love is, or you identify anything that goes against love. And that is how you start to build a new filter for you to look through the world in, like the love lens, like I talked about in a few videos ago. Some people are going to love it, and some people are going to voluntarily ignore what you have said, okay? And if you say something like that and they really are, they have the parasites going, they really think that they're some prideful, they think there's some big shot, and they think this, that, and the other, they have like, they're not humble at all. So you say something about love-based living, or well, that's not very loving, or this, that, or the other. Okay, they're going to shut down and reject whatever you have said. Okay, depending on what it was that you said, they may totally run away from you and ostracize them, or become violent, or there's any number of responses that could happen for people who are choosing to be voluntarily ignorant of the information of love and anti-love. Okay, many people, they have a habit that is they're holding on to, and many times, I discussed this in the last video, many times people will use a habit that they have to identify themselves with. They will take a behavior that they are doing, something that they are doing, or something that they are thinking, okay? They will use that to form their identity around, okay? So if you say something that goes in total contradiction and in opposition to something they are doing, that is forming their entire a core portion of their identity, they are going to reject it. Some people are going, it's called cognitive dissonance. So what you have done by talking about love, okay, and love-based living, and choosing love over fear, guilt, pride, envy, shame, all of those things, you've caused them cognitive dissonance. And people find that not having cognitive dissonance is just as important as having food, water, and shelter, okay? Not having two conflicting ideas, okay? Not having that happen in your mind is as important as eating, okay, to humans. So what you've done is you've shined the light on something that they're doing that's not true, that they've built their identity on, okay? And they're either going to totally ostracize you, push it down, become violent, all of these different things, or they're going to deal with it and accept it. I've discussed this in previous video about what's loving and what's not loving. If you know someone is going to get hurt and you don't tell them, you don't warn them, right? Is that a loving thing to do? That you know someone's going to get, someone's on the edge of a cliff and you see a rock below them breaking, okay? Like, oh my gosh, that's gonna fall, and you're gonna fall into the ocean, you know? Would it be loving or not loving to tell someone that, okay? It's not loving if you don't tell someone that they're in danger, okay? This is where don't shoot the messenger comes into play. If you tell someone it's love or anti-love, and you're explaining to them, and they are functioning in anti-love, they're going to reject your information if they are not ready to change. Okay, they are going to intentionally ignore the information if they are not ready to change. When you sense someone doing that, you don't drop the hammer and start beating them and bashing them. You know what I mean? Because then that gives them a reason to hate you. Okay, see those kind of people that talk about that, they're such hypocrites, and they're this, that, and the other. They'll try and trigger you to be crazy, and so they can justify everything, that they can attach all of the things that you've said to that one crazy action, and then try to invalidate everything that you've said so they don't have to change. Okay, there's lots of different tricks and traps and all of this stuff, okay? It's voluntary ignorance. But the problem is, okay, once you've said it, they know it. Okay, it's in there. Now it's in there. You don't have to beat the hammer. You don't have to drop the hammer. You don't have to constantly do it, okay? Because you said it with your words, and you let them know. Now they have you've taken away their ignorance, okay? Which I'm sure you're not the first person to have done it. So here's the thing. Love functions through souled individuals. It's going to be telling everybody this information. Choose love over everything else. Choose love over everything else. That's the whole choice. Would you want to choose love, which is life, or do you want to choose the anti-love, which is death? Okay? If there's no love, then there's no life. Okay? So that was the whole thing about it. Okay? If you don't know, then you're not held accountable and responsible. Okay? Like little children. Little children, they don't know some things. It's called nescience. Okay? They don't know. But as you get older and as you grow up, love is going to be coming in and showing you periodically and through different things and different so-called lessons that the whole objective of life is for us to choose to be of love or to continue to choose to go against love. Okay? So if people are voluntarily ignoring the truth of love, then there's nothing else that you can do for them. Okay? Do not spend your time and your energy, your valuable time, your valuable energy, your valuable love on people who don't want it. Okay? They are rejecting it. They are rejecting it. They already gave their answer. They don't want it. Okay? You cannot force love on someone. That is not loving to force. Love gave us free will. Okay? We have the free will to choose love or not choose love. So it's not up to us, okay, to force someone to choose love. That's not right. That's not right. And you're not supposed to scare someone into it. You're not supposed to fear them into it. You're not supposed to guilt them into it. You are not doing love-based living if you are trying to do any of these things to get people. It's like, oh yeah, but they're not gonna be safe if they don't choose love. It's like, that is not how love operates. That's a fear. That is a fearful response. And it's also self-righteousness, because that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to, you offer the option like a gentleman. Do you want to go on a date? And the person says no. And you say, okay, if you ever change your mind, I would really like to go on a date with you. If you ask someone a not loving response with someone, you'd say, you want to go on a date? And they say no. And you're like, you're coming on a date with me anyway, And that is not love-based living. That is not a loving response. If they reject your invitation to the knowledge of truth and of love, then they reject it. And you have to, depending on who it is, it may hurt so bad because you just want the best for some people. You just want the best for people and you love them. Just like parents have to watch their children make mistakes, okay? If someone doesn't want the love and they're not ready, they're not ready for it, then you have to ease off and go your own way, regroup, get connected back with love. Because if someone you really love rejects love very, very openly, it's very draining on you and it hurts badly because you understand what they're rejecting. They're rejecting love and life and truth and goodness and joy, peace, happiness, contentment, kindness, all of the things that we say we want, that you want for someone that you love. You want love for people that you love, and you watch them reject it and to refuse the loving path and the loving thing is very painful. Okay, it's very painful. That's why it talks about being long suffering. Okay, you have to have the capability to be long suffering in order for people to have free will. In order for people to have free will, there are a lot of things that have to be, okay? As a parent, you need to learn to be long-suffering because everybody makes mistakes. And every child is going to do something that goes against love, that goes in opposition to love, because it's the nature of our mind and our body. Our minds and our bodies go against love by nature. So you have to become long-suffering so you can help people. You can't help anyone if you are not capable of long suffering, because when you get pain in you, it freaking hurts. My first response was always to get mad, when people cry and that kind of stuff. It's like, we are, as soul individuals, we have what is called natural affection. Okay, so some people will call it also empathy, okay? So I feel what you feel. So when you were crying, I feel the pain of you crying. Now that's supposed to be there so we can help, so I can help you and comfort you, you know? So now I know how you're feeling. Now we know how each other are feeling. So let's work on it together and get up out of the funk, okay? But that was never my first response. I that was not taught in my family. It's just, it was not taught in many people's families. They tell you to shut up when you cry, okay? They tell you to shut up and stop crying because it's causing them pain too. They love you, and you're crying and you're sad and all these things. And so they're feeling that too, and they don't want to feel it. Because who wants to feel sad? Who wants to feel depressed? Who wants to feel all of those things, okay? And one way not to have it happen is to shut up and separate from it, okay? Sometimes in crisis and different things like that, that is an important skill and a valuable skill set to have. That is not a lifestyle where you can just shut off any way you, where you can disconnect from love, okay? Our feelings and our emotions are not the same as your spirit, life force, energy of love. Your feelings and your emotions can also have been programmed, okay? Your feelings and your emotions are part of your body, okay? Your mind and your body that have been programmed here in Earth with these anti-love systems, okay? So all of that is not your spirit, life force, energy of love. So that's why I want to be careful when I talk about that. You obviously don't want to intentionally go hurting people's feelings and this, that, and the other, but people think their feelings are truth, okay? Our feelings and our emotions are not truth, okay? Truth is love. The truth is love. Our feelings and our emotions, sometimes they line up and they sync up and they help us. But many times, especially with the nature of reality and with television, music, different frequencies and this, that, and the other, they can be manipulated in order to control you, okay? Like what I said about the parasitical thing, okay? And we need to become aware of that. And we become aware of that by syncing up with love. Is this a loving response? Is this a loving emotion? I mean, was this a loving thing or was this an anti-love thing? So with that, I'm going to call that one good. I'm at 22 minutes. Jeez, oh Pete. And with that, much love and many thanks and thank you. Oh, to wrap it up, you can't help someone who's ignoring the truth. Stop wasting your time, wasting your energy, wasting your resources on them. You have planted the seed. You know what you said. They know what you said. You can't undo that. You have planted the seed. They are going to be held accountable for their actions. Everybody is held accountable for their actions and their decisions. Is that not fair? Why wouldn't each person be held accountable for their own actions when they know? When you don't know something, you're not held accountable for them. Right? But when you do know something, then yes, you're held accountable, because we are to mature. We are being refined. Okay, that's what the souled individuals were being refined. Anything that's in us that is anti-love, that goes against love, including our emotions and our feelings, different things like that. Anything that's anti-love, that's not synced up with love, is literally being burnt off of us. Many people, it's like you've been in the fire. You are in the fire, and it is going to come off of you. Okay? It can't stay. And the sooner you acknowledge what is happening, the sooner you can get through the painful part of it. Okay? Then you can sync up with love, and love will be there every step of the way to finish refining you. Okay? We're being perfected. Souled individuals, we are being perfected. Perfect is another word for mature. Okay, we have to be mature. We have to get off of the milk, okay, and onto the meat. So the way that we do that is to acknowledge love, learn love, seek knowledge, wisdom, and discernment, and become of love. That's how you become perfect, because love is perfect. And if you're a souled individual and you have that in you, that is where the roadmap of reality is going. Okay, like I said before, humans cannot fix the problem that there is anti-love in this earth, okay? There is love and anti-love. Humans cannot stop the anti-love. It can't make it not exist, okay? Humans can't make that not exist, okay? But love can make that not exist. And that is the roadmap of reality. And that is where we are going, okay? We need to learn the promises of love. Get on board for the promises of love. Look into it and see what's promised. Like a real, you know, a place with no anti-love. You want to live in a place that has no anti-love? Anti-love is death. There's no death. There's no more death. Anything related to death. Love is only life. All this other death stuff is gonna go bye-bye. It's being, we're being sifted, okay? And the sheep, which are loving, go one way, and the goats go the other way, okay? And that's only fair. That's the loving thing to do. That's the loving thing to do, is to separate the love from the anti-love. Right now, we're chocolate vanilla swirled. Have that chocolate vanilla parable on my channel. What is happening though is the people who love and the people who go against love are being separated. That's why things are getting more drastic and more drastic and more drastic. These things that are mainstream, that go against love, that go against life, okay, are becoming more and more crazy in order for more and more people to see how against love all of it actually is, okay? But the anti-love is trying to suck as many people into that as it possibly can.